Imagine being a child in a country that's being bombed every single day. Your parents go off to go get food for you and your family, and you have no idea whether they're coming back or not. The home where you once lived is now in shambles, and the school where you once played and learned with all your friends is now destroyed. You've been displaced several times in the past year that you can't even remember how many times you've been displaced. This is what is happening to many people in this area of Gaza. And this child that I speak of is a cousin of one of my dear friends from high school who is living in Gaza right now and has nowhere to go. They don't have anywhere to go because all the borders are closed off and they're being bombed every single day, having no idea whether they'll live to see the next day. The US needs to stop funding this. The US is giving so much money to Israel in order for them to bomb Palestine only because they say things have happened, but there's no reason for innocent civilian lives to be lost. We're allies with Israel, which is why we're helping them, but being an ally doesn't mean helping destroy people and people's livelihoods. In an article by Julia Frankel of AP News, there have been over 40,000 people that have died in Gaza in the past. And this was last year in August. Now the death toll is over 55,000. That's innocent civilian lives that are being lost. This is not a political issue. It doesn't matter how this started, it needs to end. Your dollar is your biggest asset. A lot of people may think that they have no power, nothing to do. They can't help out. How are you going to help out? It's not like you're going to fly over there and you're going to pick people up out of the rubble and bring them home with you. But you can do things like donating to charities, but even smaller things, you can just not buy from companies that support Israel. Companies that openly support Israel should be boycotted. You can find replacements for many companies everywhere. There's competition for customers all over. And with you withholding your dollar from those companies, it shows them that they cannot have those views and that you do not support that. And when a company sees that, they obviously are in the business of making money, and they will maybe change their views or not be so outspoken about supporting Israel. Right here I have some of the companies that support Israel that you should maybe consider not buying from. Knowledge is power, and understanding what's going on is really important. You may have heard about this war many times in the news. I'm sure you've heard of it because it's been all over the place. People have been talking about it for so long, and it's something that has been going on for a while now. It started back in 2023, but a lot of people don't really know exactly what's going on. They just hear little stories here and there. They just know there's conflict in the Middle East. You always hear about conflicts in the Middle East, and this is just like another conflict. But this is a huge, huge conflict. There's many people dying, and it's getting out of control. And this is nothing else but a genocide. It's Israel destroying completely a country. There's only about 2 million people left, and hundreds of thousands of people have been injured from this. And like I said, over 55,000 people have died. And this is truly atrocious what's going on over there in Gaza right now. The United States is allies with Israel, which is why they're supporting them so much. But being an ally doesn't mean you help someone destroy people, you know? And the US shouldn't be spending our money to help Israel destroy these people. Your tax dollars are being used to destroy these people. In an article of the USA Today by Greta Cross, Trump cut funding for seven different federal agencies that help the public do certain things. And that's agencies that help the American people, help the public. And those agencies are things that we need. But they want to spend money on wars instead. And that is just not something I'm okay with. If I spend money through taxes, that's your money that they're taking. They're taking your money and sending it elsewhere instead of helping the people of the United States. The United States has so many problems within itself that we should be focusing on that and not helping other people destroy other people's livelihoods. According to an article in the Times of Israel by Toy Staff, the US expedited $4 billion worth of military to Israel to help with the genocide. That's insane. $4 billion. That's our money that they're sending. And I don't know about you, but I'm not okay with my money being used to destroy people's lives. I'm also not okay with my money being sent away to foreign countries and not to aid people. It's not even to help people out, it's to destroy people's lives, which is just so much more upsetting. No matter how this started, it needs to end. This can't be the way that the US is. This can't be the way that the world is. Unfortunately, it is, but we need to put an end to this. And you, by just knowing what's going on, is a huge help and a huge step into ending this genocide before it's too late. It's already, so many people have died, so much has happened, that we just really need to understand that this needs to end. And yeah.